You know, I was in recording fatigue. I didn't really know what to do. I recorded 2 videos last month, but I didn't have enough interest to finish it, and then it got outdated, and then I have to trash them all. Then suddenly, this video popped up on my timeline, and when I watched it, like clockwork, I was interested in making a video. And the reason why I was gone was a couple of reasons. One, I was playing newer games such as Pokemon Champions that you see right now, and also Tamagotchi Life. And also college stress has been pretty strong. I had to deal with a bunch of essays around that time. Thankfully, college is basically done, but still. And third, I try to distance myself from only making response videos because I don't really want my channel to be only response videos. I try to, spice things up a little bit and make other videos. Yeah. So this will be the last response video in a while. So I'm talking about Harman Smith. Again. Some of y'all be like, what did you do this time in order for me to make a video on it? Well, there's actually a lot of moving parts, but for the sake of this video, basically a dad on Reddit said that the game Pragmata helped him through very rough times and reminded him of his 8-year-old daughter who died in 2009. It's a very wholesome story, but Harman Smith, who has a track record of not liking this game, to put it lightly, said, "Imagine using your dead daughter to promote a video game. Disgusting." And it got 142 comments at the time screenshotting this, and 41 quote-unquote retweets, it's basic quotes, and 13 likes. I said this in my old videos, but if you have more comments and quote retweets than likes, that's not a good thing. To say that he got his ass whooped would be an understatement. Which got him to make a 21-minute video on the situation. So yeah, this will be a long one. Anyways, sit back and relax and watch me whip this motherfucker to shreds.
I'm not gonna do that thing where I boot up the camera and then I do that sigh and then I do that thing where I'm just like, I can't believe it's come to this. Like, it is, doing that would be unbelievably lame.
As if you're not already one of the lamest people I ever covered.
What I'm gonna do is just showcase, what happened, why I have a problem with it, and why I'm upset. Because this has been one of the most egregious, ridiculous things that has happened to me in the past year.
Damn, I wonder why you're upset. I wonder why things didn't go your way. I really wonder. Like, did he seriously think we are going to be on his side when he said that? Like fuck around and find out.
Like, to me, this is more ridiculous than, like, getting fired, okay? This is more ridiculous than, like, my parents neglecting and abusing me for 25 years, okay?
Whoa, I did not need to hear that. Thank you.
This is more ridiculous than the public school system doing everything in its power to fuck me over growing up, okay? I hate this more than I hate the Democrat Party. I hate this more than a PlayStation or PC. This really, truly bothers me.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Fuck around and find out. Like, this guy is unironically getting bothered that he says some stupid shit on the internet and then gets backlash for saying stupid shit on the internet. Like, you can't make this up.
Because I think it demonstrates pretty strongly just how much of a brain-dead consumer the masses actually are.
Dear dumb ass, every thought in your mind is dumb. Every word you speak is dumb.
I'm just gonna pull up the tweet that started all of this and tell me which fault is it. Is it him or is it the people he's trying to criticize? Be honest.
So, what actually happened? What actually happened? Well, I've made no secret of just how much contempt I have for, the Capcom game Pragmata. I bought this on Switch 2 day one. I played like an hour of it, and I very quickly realized that it was like complete bullshit and like very, very low quality.
I've yet to play Pragmata, so I can't judge the quality of the game just yet. But for you only played the game for 1 hour, and you're already judging it. Okay, man.
I did my video saying I wasn't gonna finish it. I was saying it was lazy, and I said that it pandered to pedophiles because of how it portrayed the relationship between like the grown man and the little girl android. Okay.
Do you have any clips that depicts that the relationship between Diana and Hugh is inappropriate in any way? Well, I highly doubt you do because of how you record your stuff, but still, dude, give me examples. As for me, I have seen some gameplay and a couple clips surrounding those two, and nothing screams, yeah, this is a sexual relationship. Like, unless he provides actual proof, this guy is just talking shit out of his ass. This segment is just him yapping, so I'm just gonna skip it.
So, I made a video talking about it, calling out for what it is, and then, I deleted the game, unfortunately could not refund it, and now I've just kind of moved on, okay?
You and your fucking lies!
Okay, my man. If you said that you kind of moved on from this game, you just made a little review of this game, and you kind of moved on, then why on earth are you still talking about this game? Why are you still tweeting about this game? Let alone tweeting that you're doubting the story of someone who claims that this same game that you claim to kind of moved on has helped them through rough times. Clearly, you didn't move on as much as you said you do. Again, he just goes on about basically nothing related to Pragmata.
I have been watching very closely like what the Pragmata community has been trying to do, because the Pragmata community, they know they've been exposed, they know people are onto them, like all their attempts at like trying to gaslight people into thinking that like Harman, it's just the left who thinks this, and like no serious player thinks this, like all of that like went out the window when I, an extreme right-wing individual, came out and like said the exact same thing, that like, yeah, this is pedophile adjacent, it is promoting bad values, it really is just like that kind of thing.
Okay, the only thing I could give this guy credit for is the fact that the Pragmata discourse has been very tedious. Primarily people using this game to spew out cultural nonsense or some other hateful stuff. But you suggesting that this game is quote-unquote pedophile adjacent is very stupid. I mean, I kinda see it if you're talking about the people who are using this game to spew out cultural nonsense. But for the game itself, it wasn't intended to be like that at all.
And so, like, the community has been, like, trying desperately to make videos about me, trying to expose me. They're making things up about my books. They're making things up about me as a person. They're doing that weird thing where they tried to, like, accuse you of being a pedophile for accusing them of being pedophiles.
Well, you're lucky that I did not accuse you of such, because I feel like accusing someone of being a pedophile is a bigger accusation than some might think. But he mentions his books, and people try, disingenuously defame him over his books. Now, I don't really know that much about his books, but from what I heard, his books is kinda suspicious, to put it lightly. Here, he just goes off about how Nintendo products are better than Pragmata, quality and sales wise, as if that has to do with anything of what he's saying. I mean, I'm not surprised because this guy is a very big shill when it comes to Nintendo.
Tamagotchi Life has that, like, that Pragmata doesn't. Like, it doesn't allow adult characters to be in relationship with child characters. The simplest thing Not allowed in Tamagotchi. Absolutely based.
This might be a weird occurrence of him defending Tamagotchi life, despite this game having shit like this going down. I'm just saying. Considering him portraying himself as a right wing, I thought he would have had a panic attack seeing stuff like this being in the game.
But, a lot of people are still really desperately trying to push this line that, like, Pragmata is wholesome.
And that's a problem because speeding this forward because he for some reason goes on a tangent on Rick and Morty, what the hell, sure.
So, like, with Pragmata, you see this weird thing where, like, critics and analysts and journos come out and they try and say the game is, like, wholesome, it's based, it's, like, traditional family values.
I think this was made before mixtape, but he just casually described the buzz on mixtape.
The game begins with all of Hughes' friends getting killed, okay? He doesn't care about any of them. He doesn't really talk about them much. Like, they're all just fucking dead. And then, like, you know, the entire game revolves around this, like, little girl. It's not like, it doesn't feel like it has a good progression. It doesn't feel well implemented. It doesn't feel interesting. It doesn't feel like, it feels very, very forced, is my point.
A guy who admitted in the same video that he only played like 1 hour of this game, saying that it has bad progression. Something tells me that he's making an attempt to grift off this game. Here he goes on a tangent about how this game should not be considered as wholesome. And there's really nothing here to respond to, so I'm just gonna speed it.
So, people are in, like, you know, are really desperately trying to push this line that Diana and Hughes' relationship is really good, and that they're really a really good match for each other. That it's a very good father-daughter dynamic. And never mind that I can name like dozens of other games that do the same thing better. You know, I specifically cited Tales of Assyria as a really good example. But, you know, I think also Yakuza, I think also, like, there are just so many other games that do the same thing more effectively, okay?
This is subjective. You wanna know why? Because you don't provide any objective reasoning as to why their relationship is bad. I mean, you play like only 1 hour, so why am I giving you the doubt?
Like, Pragmata just feels really forced and lazy in comparison. But in order to try and gaslight people into thinking this game is based in traditional, fans have resorted to some of the most disgusting things I have ever seen. Claiming that Diana reminds them of their own dead children.
Now, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but there's nothing wrong if a video game or a video game character reminds you of a loved one that you lost or has passed away. Matter of fact, there's some personal touch to it. But for this guy, he's trying to make this as sinister as much as he can. And you're gonna see this later on in the video, but he'll just say some bullshit that will out him as a heartless prick.
Like, this is the thing that really bothered me. This is the thing that really distressed me about this. Is that some Redditor, of course it was a Redditor, like, he made some statement saying that, like, oh, I'm 51 years old, and my daughter died in 2009, and Diana reminds me of her, and it's been helping me heal, it's been helping me get over the death of my daughter, like, this video game has replaced my daughter, and...
First of all, he did not say that Diana replaced his daughter. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And second of all, please explain how this is a bad thing. Because you're basically implying that people who use video games to help them heal or go through rough times is a bad thing. And I already know this is bullshit, because if someone said something like Nintendo games is helping them through rough times, this guy would say some shit about how Nintendo is the best thing to ever exist.
The immediate reaction from the community was to, like, celebrate this.
Celebrate. What a word choice.
You know, the immediate reaction from the community was just to be like, holy shit, oh man, like, Pragmata, it's appealing to actual dads. It's appealing to, like, it's filling the hole in his heart. And then, like, you know, in reality, all he's doing is farming engagement.
That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
You know, I'm a YouTuber. I know what this looks like. This guy is farming engagement for Reddit upvotes, okay? He's looking for attention, okay? He invented this entire story about his dead daughter and about Pragmata in order to farm engagement from fans.
My brother in Christ, do you have any proof of what you're saying? If not, this is just evidence of him grifting on a game he doesn't like. Because again, if someone says this for a Nintendo game, this guy will just go on a spree about how Nintendo is the best thing to ever exist. And let's be serious for a second. This is a big accusation to make. In order to prove it, you have to provide evidence of such. And not just, oh yeah, trust me, bro. Because again, all you're proving is that you literally have no heart at all.
And like, this is very obviously transparent if you know, like, about how, like, you know, easy it is to exploit people by talking about dead relatives or talking about how it emotionally impacts you or whatever.
Believe it or not, what he said is somewhat true, because people can use dead relatives or just dead people in general for clout and for attention. It's very gross. But the problem is, he doesn't provide any proof of this guy just doing it for attention. He's just saying this because other people do it for attention. It doesn't work that way.
Like, to me, I feel as if you should never ever trust like a YouTuber who ever like talks about or shows off their family at all.
You're right, but for all the wrong reasons. Again, nothing really to respond to. He mentions Maximilian dude in this, like, bro, shut the fuck up.
This honestly is like way worse than that, honestly, in that this guy is using his dead daughter to shill for Pragmata, assuming the daughter is real, which, you know, I hope she isn't real. I hope the entire thing is fake, but like...
First of all, him saying that he's using his dead daughter to shill on a video game. No joke, I lost a lot of brain cells hearing that. And second of all, he says that he hopes. He says that he hopes that the daughter isn't real.
How about you just keep your fucking mouth shut, you lying little abortion?
Like, you know, assuming it is real, at its core, what this guy is doing is using his dead daughter to promote a video game, to promote Capcom's game.
Making a lot of assumptions right now.
To push this narrative that this game is somehow like helping him get over the trauma of losing his daughter.
Harman, if the story is real, now what? Because you can't just say, oh, he's doing this, or he's doing that, or he's using his dead daughter to promote a video game. Well, in reality, you're just saying this shit all because you don't like the video game in question. That's all it is. Again, speeding this forward, nothing really to respond to here.
Like the fact that Redditors, that people on Twitter would celebrate this guy and his attempts at like farming Reddit karma, it's disgusting. And
you're disgusting for even making conspiracy theories over this situation.
And what's even more ridiculous, I think, is just how many people are like advocating for this guy as like, you know, like some symbol of the community. You know, like so many people rallied behind this individual and thought the story was super wholesome and cute. And it's just like, at its core, it's just very disgusting and exploitive.
Bro, it's called having empathy. You can't be this fucking stupid. You know what? I can't be nice anymore. This guy is trying so hard to make this as sinister as he can so he can grift on this game even further. He basically just repeats himself.
When I called this out, okay, when I addressed this, when I pointed this out immediately, is that like, yeah, this was obviously an attempt at like farming engagement. This was obviously a karma thing. This was obviously just like some kind of like story to like, you know, design to like appeal to fans of the game. Like, people jumped down on my throats about it.
With what you said in this video and the other attempts of you trying to defame a game as much as you can, you absolutely deserve it. You're an insult to us Nintendo fans. You think that you're correct in this situation? And I'm very suspicious on how you treat younger people based on what I'm hearing about your books. Again, he repeats himself.
And to me, that's something that just, I feel as if it's kind of like the feminist thing, honestly. It's kind of like with the faking sexual assault allegations thing. Like, you're taking away from like real suffering, real people who are going through these problems in order to like make it about yourself and take advantage of like other people's generosity.
And I'll say this again. What if the story is actually real? Like, the amount of sugarcoating this guy is doing to make this as like this person faked it pisses me off, bro. I'm sorry. We have 10 minutes left. What else he could say to this?
In actuality, I feel as if like I was kind of the father should have shown more respect. You know, the father should have shown more deference.
You are not brilliant. You are not strong. You are alone.
Again, he just repeats himself about this guy just doing it for attention. And I don't really have anything new to say that I already said already.
Actually, no, I would say it's a fact. It's a fact that you're never going to get over this. You are going to be thinking about it for the rest of your life. And yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's a tragedy. Yeah, it never should have happened. But at the same time, like, why use that to promote a video game?
That post was never intended to promote the video game. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Also, people can use video games to make them heal through tragedy, including Nintendo games, so I don't know why you're so up in hands about this. He just goes on a delusional rant about how this person is using his dead daughter to promote Pragmata and to promote a narrative. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
It is downright disgusting. And we really do have to move past this point where people are willing to defend Pragmata or its fans for situations like this. Because to me, like, this is the first sign that, like, little girls are getting exploited because of this game. In that this guy pimped out his dead daughter to promote a video game.
My man just said that this guy pimped out his dead daughter to promote a video game. What the hell, my nigga, sure.
Y'all put up with me, I would've seen y'all niggas outside.
So that's the video. This might have potential to be one of the worst videos I've covered. Because this guy was trying so hard to make this situation as sinister as much as he can so he can grift off this game even more. Him accusing that the person made all this up. Him accusing that he's just using his dead daughter to promote a game. As if he have any proof of that. And he just lacked any sort of empathy throughout this entire video. Matter of fact, he doubled down. He maybe even tripled down in this video. And again, if someone said this for a Nintendo game, he would have a field day in a positive way. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna close it off here. What you guys think about this? And yeah, this is Forza Player and Mario. Peace.
Takumi, I have something I want to say to you.
What's going on? This is out of the blue.
Aw, it's so small. Teehee.
Well, it's so small. Teehee. I'll never forget this for the rest of my life.